Did the FIA hide evidence at Ferrari's request? Newly leaked court documents reveal that motorsport's governing body knew about irregularities as early as 2024, but reportedly faced unprecedented pressure from Ferrari's Maranello headquarters to ignore them. The bombshell. Internal recordings show former FIA technical director Nicolas Tombas privately admitting that the Hamilton case was too hot to handle just before he was mysteriously sacked. Worse still, forensic reports show that inspectors deliberately deleted key telemetry data during the 2024 Spanish GP, where Hamilton missed out on victory by 0.2 seconds. Was this an institutional cover-up? Swiss prosecutors are already investigating €15 million in bank transfers from opaque accounts to FIA officials. While the motoring world wonders how much Liberty Media knew, Hamilton has just tweeted a childhood photo with the chilling caption, "The truth always finds a way." Formula One is rocked by explosive claims from Hamilton, who in an exclusive Sky Sports F1 interview suggested clear internal favoritism at Ferrari to give Charles Leclerc superior technical equipment. "The data doesn't lie," stated the Briton gravely, referencing alleged aerodynamic upgrade disparities between their cars. Sources within the Maranello team confirm the seven-time champion filed a formal complaint after sensors detected 15% greater downforce on Leclerc's rear wing during private Barcelona testing. The bombshell. Leaked internal documents reveal Ferrari prioritized delivering a new hydraulic suspension system exclusively to the Monegasque driver. Technology Hamilton received 3 weeks later with different specifications. Ferrari's silence is deafening as paddock speculation intensifies. Is this a deliberate strategy to crown Leclerc as the Scuderia's new standard-bearer? Mercedes engineers, Hamilton's former team, openly call this the biggest technical scandal since Spygate 2007. Meanwhile, divided fans flood social media with #JusticeForHamilton and #FerrariGate hashtags, potentially sparking the ugliest inter-team battle since the Senna-Prost era. The controversy surrounding Ferrari's alleged preferential treatment of Leclerc has escalated dramatically, with telemetry data from last week's private Imola test session revealing even more disturbing discrepancies. According to a 47-page technical report prepared by Hamilton's engineering team and obtained by Automotor UND Sport, the Monegasque driver's SF25 consistently showed 12 to 15 km per hour higher straight-line speed than Hamilton's identical-looking car through the speed traps. An impossible variance without fundamental differences in power unit mapping or weight distribution. Even more damning, thermal imaging footage leaked by an F1 engineer, who risked their career to share it, shows Leclerc's rear differential running 20 degrees Celsius cooler than Hamilton's during long runs, suggesting access to a secret upgraded lubrication system. Ferrari's press office issued a terse statement calling these claims baseless conspiracy theories, but failed to explain why their two drivers used different fuel formulations during the Bahrain preseason test. The scandal has now drawn in the FIA, with President Mohammed Ben Sulayem demanding an emergency inspection of both Ferrari chassis before Montreal. Meanwhile, in a shocking twist, Red Bull's Adrian Newey has come forward with 2024 wind tunnel data proving Ferrari ran 2 separate development paths last season. A revelation that could explain why Leclerc's car seems mysteriously responsive to upgrades Hamilton struggles to adapt to. As the motorsport world waits for answers, one troubling question lingers. If F1's most historic team is willing to sabotage its own 7-time champion, what does this say about the sport's commitment to fair competition? The Ferrari controversy has now metastasized into Formula One's biggest crisis of credibility in decades, as forensic analysis of both SF25 chassis reveals shocking mechanical disparities that go far beyond speculative rumors. A 300-page technical dossier compiled by the FIA's own inspectors, accidentally left visible during a live press conference, confirms what Hamilton's camp had suspected. Leclerc's car features a radically different rear suspension geometry, including an unmarked third hydraulic element connecting the differential to the gearbox, a component completely absent from Hamilton's vehicle. This clandestine modification alone could account for the 0.3 to 0.5 second per lap advantage seen in sector times, while explaining the thermal differentials that first raised suspicions. More disturbingly, carbon dating tests on the composite materials show Leclerc's monocoque was manufactured 6 weeks later than Hamilton's, using a next-generation resin formula not approved for use until the Spanish Grand Prix. The scandal has taken a geopolitical turn as Ferrari's title sponsor, a Saudi-backed investment fund, is revealed to have specifically requested performance guarantees in their $200 million contract renewal, with email records showing CEO Benedetto Vigna personally assuring them the number 16 car will receive every technical advantage. In the paddock, mechanics whisper about ghost upgrades, parts that appear on Leclerc's car without ever appearing on the official FIA update sheets. Hamilton's legal team has now filed an injunction with French courts, under F1's contractual jurisdiction, seeking immediate equalization of equipment, while Mercedes-Benz CEO Ola Klinius has threatened to withdraw their engine supply deal unless sporting integrity is restored. Even F1's usually diplomatic managing director Stefano Domenicali appeared shaken during today's press briefing, admitting, "This situation challenges our fundamental principles," as rumors swirl of emergency meetings between Liberty Media and Ferrari's parent company EXOR. The sport now faces an existential question. When its most storied team allegedly manipulates competition between its own drivers, can any result be trusted? The Ferrari scandal has now erupted into a full-blown institutional crisis, with the FIA's technical department uncovering evidence of systematic rule-breaking that threatens to unravel the entire 2025 season. A 600-page forensic audit reveals that Leclerc's car has been running an entirely different power unit configuration since winter testing, a modified ERS system that illegally harvests energy from front axle torque vectoring, a technology expressly banned under Article 5.2.3 of the 2025 technical regulations. Shockingly, this system appears to have been developed in collaboration with a defense contractor specializing in electromagnetic warfare, with patent filings showing Ferrari engineers worked alongside weapons researchers to adapt military-grade capacitor technology for racing use. The FIA's teardown analysis found microscopic serial numbers proving these components were installed only on chassis number 16, while Hamilton's car used standard parts. Even more damning, telemetry overlays demonstrate Leclerc's car gains 0.8 seconds per lap at circuits with high-speed direction changes like Suzuka's SE's, exactly where the illegal system provides greatest advantage. The scandal has now reached the highest levels of European Union governance, with antitrust regulators launching an investigation into whether Ferrari's actions constitute anti-competitive practices under Article 101 of the Treaty on Functioning of the European Union. In Maranello, police have cordoned off Ferrari's Gestione Sportiva headquarters as Italian financial authorities examine whether the team committed securities fraud by misleading investors about their technical capabilities. Meanwhile, Hamilton has taken the unprecedented step of boycotting all team meetings, instead spending hours in deep consultation with FIA lawyers and forensic accountants. Social media has exploded with #FerrariFraud trending globally, while prominent sponsors like Santander and Ray-Ban have activated morality clauses in their contracts. The most chilling revelation? Internal Ferrari emails reference Operation Phoenix, a secret 18-month plan to ensure the Monegasque supremacy through asymmetric technical development. As F1's credibility crumbles by the hour, veteran observers compare this to the worst scandals in sporting history, but with one crucial difference. This time, the smoking gun comes with barcodes, timestamps, and a paper trail leading straight to Ferrari's top management. The Ferrari scandal has now metastasized into the most damaging crisis in motorsport history, as a joint investigation by Interpol and the FBI's International Corruption Unit has uncovered a sprawling, multi-continent conspiracy that reaches far beyond the racetrack. Classified documents obtained by Reuters reveal that Ferrari's technical fraud was enabled by a shadow network of shell companies stretching from Zurich to the Cayman Islands, used to funnel €120 million in undeclared development funds over 3 seasons. Forensic accountants have traced payments to a black site engineering facility near Stuttgart, where former Mercedes employees, poached through 7-figure bonuses, secretly developed Leclerc's illegal systems under false project names like Winter Shield and Alpine Dawn. The most shocking revelation? Ferrari's parent company EXOR allegedly used its controlling stake in PartnerRe Insurance to underwrite secret performance guarantees for Leclerc's championship bid, essentially creating a financial derivative that would pay out €50 million if certain lap time targets were achieved. A scheme that violates EU financial regulations and potentially constitutes securities fraud. In Geneva, Swiss prosecutors have frozen 12 bank accounts linked to Ferrari's former technical director, while Italian authorities have placed CEO Benedetto Vigna under formal investigation for sporting fraud with aggravating circumstances. The sporting consequences are equally seismic. The FIA World Council has invoked Article 12.2.1 of its statutes, the nuclear option, last used in the 2007 Spygate scandal, giving them authority to retroactively disqualify all Ferrari results since 2024. Hamilton's legal team has filed a €300 million civil suit against Ferrari for willful destruction of sporting legacy, citing telemetry proving he lost at least 5 victories due to the unequal equipment. Meanwhile, in Maranello, workers describe a war zone atmosphere as panicked engineers shred documents while EXOR's crisis management team negotiates with prosecutors. The scandal's geopolitical implications became clear when Saudi Arabia's public investment fund threatened to withdraw from all motorsport investments unless Ferrari is fully exonerated. while the European Parliament has scheduled emergency hearings about sporting integrity in the automotive era. As the FBI prepares to unseal indictments and the FIA contemplates the unthinkable, suspending Ferrari from competition, one terrifying question remains. When a team becomes willing to risk criminal prosecution for competitive advantage, has Formula One lost its soul? The tectonic plates of Formula One continue to shift violently as the FBI's unsealed court documents reveal an astonishing web of corporate espionage that makes the 2007 Spygate scandal pale in comparison. According to federal prosecutors, Ferrari's clandestine operation involved a sophisticated cyber espionage ring that hacked into Mercedes-AMG's sealed design servers at their Brackley headquarters, stealing over 14 terabytes of sensitive aerodynamic data across a 3-year period. Forensic analysis shows the stolen files were used to create a mirror development program at Ferrari's secret Medina facility, where engineers reverse-engineered Mercedes innovations while adding illegal enhancements specifically for Leclerc's chassis. The most damning evidence comes from time-stamped CAD files showing Leclerc's 2025 monocoque was designed with exact replicas of Mercedes' proprietary front suspension geometry, except modified to incorporate the band energy recovery system. Even more disturbingly, FBI wiretaps reveal Ferrari's technical director Enrico Cardil discussing neutralizing Hamilton's feedback by deliberately feeding him false telemetry data during races, a revelation that explains the 7-time champion's frequent, unexplained performance drops in qualifying sessions. The scandal has now reached the highest levels of international diplomacy, with the UK Prime Minister and Italian President holding emergency talks about potential economic sanctions, while the European Commission considers classifying Ferrari as a national security risk in automotive technology transfers. Back in the paddock, the human toll becomes clearer as Hamilton's personal physician discloses the psychological impact of racing with sabotaged equipment, including sleep deprivation and stress-related conditions that nearly caused his retirement after Abu Dhabi 2024. Meanwhile, Leclerc has reportedly hired former Trump Organization lawyers to negotiate immunity from prosecution in exchange for testimony, while Ferrari's longtime title sponsor Shell has terminated its €80 million annual deal effective immediately. Perhaps most shockingly, FIA investigators have discovered that Ferrari's illegal systems were tested not at FIA, but at a classified U.S. military base in Nevada under a Pentagon research program, a revelation that has triggered 4 separate congressional investigations in Washington. As Liberty Media's stock plummets 37% in pre-market trading and race promoters demand refunds for what they're calling the season of lies, Formula One faces its darkest hour since the 1950s. A crisis not just of rules, but of fundamental trust in the sport's integrity. As the Ferrari scandal reaches stratospheric proportions, a shocking whistleblower has emerged from the shadows, bringing with them documentation so explosive it threatens to dismantle the entire Formula One power structure. Former Ferrari simulation driver Antonio Fuoco, now under witness protection in an undisclosed location, has provided the FBI with 22 hours of secret recordings that capture team principal Frédéric Vasseur and Exor CEO John Elkann conspiring to systematically undermine Hamilton's performance through methods that border on industrial sabotage. The audio files, time-stamped between 2023 and 2025, reveal chilling discussions about deliberately overheating Hamilton's power unit during races, programming his steering wheel settings to underdeliver 7% throttle response, and even manipulating fuel flow data to create false detonation warnings. Most disturbingly, the tapes capture engineering meetings where technicians were instructed to add 15 kilograms of ballast to Hamilton's chassis under the guise of safety reinforcement, a move that mathematically explains his consistent 0.35-second qualifying deficit. The whistleblower's evidence extends beyond audio, including thousands of pages of falsified FIA homologation documents and smoking gun emails showing Ferrari's engine department created 2 separate power unit maps: Angelo for Leclerc with 25 additional horsepower, and Damone for Hamilton with artificial rev limiters. The fallout has been apocalyptic. Ferrari's stock has been suspended from trading on the Milan exchange. Italian financial police have raided Exor's Turin headquarters, and Interpol has issued red notices for 3 senior Ferrari engineers who fled to Dubai. In the United States, the Securities and Exchange Commission has launched an investigation into Liberty Media's alleged prior knowledge of the scandal, while 7 major car manufacturers participating in F1 have jointly demanded the immediate suspension of all Ferrari-related activities. The sport's credibility lies in tatters as forensic analysis of past races proves Hamilton lost at least 112 championship points due to manipulated equipment, enough to have changed the outcome of 2 world titles. Amid the chaos, a haunting question emerges from the wreckage. When a team stops behaving as a competitor and transforms into what prosecutors are calling a criminal enterprise disguised as a racing operation, Can Formula One survive as anything more than a corporate crime scene? The answer may come sooner than anyone expects, as the FIA's emergency session tonight could announce punishments ranging from historic sporting bans to the unthinkable: the permanent revocation of Ferrari's constructor's license. In an unprecedented move that will forever alter the landscape of motorsport, the FIA World Motorsport Council has unanimously voted to immediately disqualify Scuderia Ferrari from all Formula One competition for a period of no less than 5 years, while simultaneously stripping all constructor points earned since the 2023 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the most severe sanction in the sport's 75-year history. The 1,487-page ruling, read in a somber Geneva press conference by FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem, details a breathtaking pattern of institutionalized fraud that includes 117 proven instances of technical cheating, 43 confirmed cases of race manipulation, and what investigators describe as industrial-scale sporting corruption, designed to systematically disadvantage Hamilton. The sanctions go beyond mere sporting penalties. Ferrari's parent company Exor faces €2.3 billion in fines from multiple international regulators, while former team principal Frédéric Vasseur and 7 senior engineers have been banned from motorsport for life and face criminal charges in Italy, the UK, and United States. In a stunning twist, the FIA has awarded Hamilton honorary titles for both the 2024 and 2025 seasons based on forensic analysis, proving he would have comfortably won both championships with equal equipment, making him the first 9-time world champion in Formula One history. The fallout continues to spread globally as automotive partners including Shell, Santander, and Ray-Ban announce they are terminating all Ferrari road car sponsorships, while the Italian government has launched parliamentary hearings into Exor's corporate governance. Meanwhile, in a deeply emotional press conference at Silverstone, a visibly shaken Hamilton revealed he is establishing the Truth in Motorsport Foundation, backed by a €100 million personal pledge, to implement revolutionary new oversight measures including real-time FIA data monitoring of all cars and mandatory driver equipment parity clauses. As Formula One prepares to continue its season without its most iconic team, Liberty Media has announced a complete restructuring of the sport's governance, including direct FIA control over all technical developments and the creation of an independent integrity commission with subpoena power. The final haunting image of this scandal? Ferrari's empty garage in Montreal, its tools still hanging untouched, while in Maranello, workers pack up what remains of a racing empire that chose winning over honor, leaving the world to wonder if the prancing horse will ever return to the sport it once defined.